Welcome to this Hotel Marketing Association video about the Hotel Marketing Awards. I'm Pamela Carvell, the Life President of the HMA, and I'm also the person who organises the awards each year. I'm joined today by Nicola Cook of Rudding Park. Welcome, Nicola.
Hi, Pamela. Thank you for asking me.
Well, thank you for joining me. Appreciate your time. So first of all, could you start by telling us all a little about your role within Rudding Park and also a little about Rudding Park itself as a hotel, please?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to. So I am the head of marketing for Rudding Park. I've been with the business for just over 10 years. So hopefully that speaks volumes about what an amazing place I think it is. Rudding Park, for those who aren't aware, is a resort in Harrogate, North Yorkshire. We have 90 bedrooms and suites, an award-winning spa, golf, it's a wedding venue, events venue, we have a beautiful kitchen garden. I mean, I could go on forever. But I won't, you'll be pleased to know.
And what about your role at Rudding Park?
Yeah. So obviously, in terms of marketing, it is basically my job and my team's job to get people to make the bookings, and obviously predominantly to book online at the moment, obviously, as we've gone more digital, to increase awareness, obviously, of the brand, be brand ambassadors, and to ensure, obviously, that we are managing our reputation as well in the industry, and ensure brand alignment with any partners that we work with. But ultimately, when it gets down to it, it's increasing awareness and making people book, essentially.
Okay. And I mean, obviously, I know Rudding Park has won many awards over the years, and you have obviously entered the HMA Awards in the past.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about that, please?
Yes, I'd love to. Yes. So this goes back a few years now, and we thought it'd be fantastic when we launched Rudding Park Spa to enter the awards, because we felt that we had put a fairly robust campaign together, which incorporated a number of elements, both on digital and print, with obviously email, social, advertising, and we had 3 very clear objectives as well. So we entered the best integrated marketing category.
Okay. It's interesting you mentioning objectives, because something we try to make people aware, we are a marketing organisation. So whilst the creativity and so on matters, having those smart objectives is so, I mean, it's at the heart of great marketing, never mind entering the awards, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it was really the foundation of our entry, I guess, because obviously there was a reason why we were entering, and it was gave us a very clear sort of criteria to build the award around, and thankfully we achieved all 3 of our overall objectives, which I suspect possibly helped secure us win the award, because we could show the activity that we did actually did drive the results we needed it to.
Brilliant. Yes, because I mean, one thing I know the judging panels are very, very conscious of when they judge the awards is, the starting point is, what were the smart objectives set by the hotel or the entrant? And then, yes, as you say, did they actually achieve those objectives? Because there's no point in having great creativity or an exciting buzz if you don't achieve the objectives that you need to achieve for the business. Yeah. And how did you find the actual entry process?
Oh my gosh, as you said earlier, we've entered a lot of awards at Rudding Park over the years, and some are more complex than others. And anybody considering entering the HMA Awards will be delighted to know it is simple. Not simple, but easy, as in easy. Really straightforward. And I just really urge everybody to consider it, and to seriously consider it, because it is a straightforward process. It's free to enter, which is key, which is very key. Actually at Rudding Park, we never enter awards which have a fee attached as well, because they're not really, I feel perhaps not that credible necessarily. So that's another plus for the HMA Awards. And the team are fantastic as well. So if you've got any queries along the way, or you're just not sure whether or not it's for you, just ping them an email, and they get straight back to you just to help you along that way. So yeah, don't be put off. It's really straightforward.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, I've often found myself saying to potential entrants, you're basically taking what you should have created at hotel level in the first place, in terms of you put your objectives, you've done your strategy, you've identified your target market, you've done an ROI on it at the end. So it's basically just pulling that together. Where we created the process so that people could literally take what they should have created anyway.
Yeah.
We're not asking them to submit things that they wouldn't hopefully have to hand anyway.
Yeah.
You also used the word credibility there, which again I think as an organisation is so important to us. Our awards have been going for such a long time, and I think they've only kept going for as long as they have, because we take great pride in who we recruit as judges, because we want people who have no interest whatsoever in any of the entries, which is always a challenge for me to recruit judges, to find people who are sufficiently independent but are knowledgeable about the industry, that understand marketing. There's a lot of credentials we expect them to have as well, but that gives that credibility to the award, that people understand that they have been judged by people who know what they're doing and are completely independent. Yeah. And what was the reaction of the team when you found out that you'd won?
Well, on the night itself, we were absolutely buzzing, literally. We'd headed down to London and had a fantastic night out as well to celebrate. So that in its own was a great morale booster for the team. And then obviously the excitement of coming back to Rudding Park was fantastic, with the trophy and lots of obviously congratulatory messages. It's such a boost for everybody, because particularly with that award, everybody had been involved at Rudding Park and had played their part in contributing to the outcome of those objectives and the success. So it's just a great boost, and to have pride where you work, and it's another endorsement. Yes, we are doing a great job, we are doing it right. But I have to say, from a marketing perspective, that securing a win is just the first step. It's what you do with that news story afterwards, which is so crucial. Yeah.
So to tell us a little more about that then, how do you then use the awards to actually market Rudding Park?
Yeah, well, obviously, as I touched on there's that natural and subliminal positivity within the team in terms of retention. So the first thing to do is obviously to make sure that your team are aware, that you've won this award. Obviously with social media now, it's much more instant, so they probably know before we do. But yeah, so it's fantastic in that respect. But obviously, send a press release out to share that news with the local market, keep your profile in the local marketplace. Whether or not you want to do a celebratory offer. We used to do this a number of years ago, obviously not in the last couple of years, funnily enough. But yeah, to celebrate, to spread that news to your guests, potential guests, which is obviously an opportunity to not only share the positive news, but also potentially drive some revenue or added value, whatever works for your business. It's just a good opportunity to get that name out there.
Okay. And does winning awards help with recruitment as well? Especially, I know, a very touchy subject in the industry in recent times of trying to recruit.
How dare you go there? How could you go there?
Sorry.
Yeah, again, I mean, why would you not want to work for an award-winning organisation? To me, it's quite obvious that would be a fantastic benefit and something that's really attractive. And it also, stands you out from the crowd. And gives you that edge potentially over your competitors as well, particularly as you alluded to there. Obviously, we're all fighting at the moment, to increase recruitment and facing some challenges. So anything that we can do to support that has to be something worth considering.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to a hotel? Because I'm sure, obviously, we started promoting the awards. What advice would you give to a hotel or a digital marketing agency who works with hotels who are thinking of entering our awards?
Do it. And again, it's one of those things, you might look at it and think, oh gosh, I haven't got time to do that. I haven't got time. But as you said earlier, it's not that. Don't be overwhelmed by it, because as you said, it's things that you've probably been doing that you're doing. You just have to take a little bit of time just to extract that and put it on paper and bring it to life. So don't be daunted by it at all. And just bear in mind, you will reap the rewards if you use it to your advantage. The benefits that can come, you know, really will prove incredibly powerful. So yeah, definitely just go for it. You've got to be in it to win it, Pamela.
Exactly. You have. I must admit, because also one thing I think that is so much easier nowadays is that with all the creative materials or whatever, of course, you're just putting links in the entry. You know, gone are the days where you had to pull all of those materials together. It's now just a case of copying links to the coverage that you've received and the activities that you've done, isn't it? So it's,
absolutely.
I guess, couldn't be simpler, really.
Yeah,
so.
That's absolutely. And the other thing that might be worth mentioning is that we are looking, and it's possibly worth considering sort of planning ahead for people to be a little bit more inclusive. Perhaps historically it might have been the leaders and the managers that would have said, right, we're going to go for this award. But why not have a little bit of a sort of a different mindset and ask the team, okay, I would like you guys to identify an award this year that you would like to work towards, because you're going to get more buy-in from them. You've got that time, and we know, well, I know, and I'm sure everybody does in marketing, how marketeers love to plan. So you can plan ahead. You know, you can look at the criteria from the previous year and think, okay, this is what we need to be able to tick those boxes. So next year we're going to do this, and we can work towards that. So again, you're building everything you need without going to a whole, you know, having to put too much extra effort into it as such. So that might be a tip for longer term to consider.
I think that's also interesting with regards, because obviously for many years we've had a Young Marketer of the Year award and an agency Young Marketer, and I think with that sometimes, yes, that the people that could potentially be candidates for that need to start thinking earlier in the year, because obviously our awards have been around for 27, 28 years. They're not going to go away. And therefore, as you say, to plan and think at the start of the year, right, what great things am I doing? Or, you know, for whoever they work with or for, to be thinking, wait a minute, I've got a shining star there. So if I start thinking at the start of the year, you know, and sort of taking notes, marking out what great things they're doing, it's then much easier to just pull it together, isn't it?
But it's also getting their inclusivity so that they know that you're investing and you feel that they've got the potential to win this award and want to work with them. So from a point of view of showing investing in their ability and development, so it's winning all round for everybody.
Yes, it is. So will you be entering this year's awards? Have you had a chance to look at them?
Joke. Of course. Yes. We actually had a meeting last week to suss out the categories, and so we've got a meeting in the new year, first week, to make a start on pulling all the information that we've got together. So really looking forward to it.
Brilliant. That's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you spending your time, Nicola, and I'm sure people watching this video will appreciate your input and your enthusiasm and your obviously honesty. You have no vested interest in any of this, so really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Nicola. Okay,
no problem at all.